Okay, so we're in Lagrono and we're headed to the next village. Is
You're not going to be able to hear anything.
what's it called? The next village?
Get past this. You're not.
Wow, these buses are awfully nice. Okay, so we are in Lagrono and we just picked up one of the local buses. It's about 180 euros, about $2, to get us down the road about 20 minutes to cut our day a little bit shorter from the hiking. Too much walking, man. You're kind of fried. Would you talk about like what you learned yesterday?
I'm not gonna. It's about a 17-mile hike today, so we're gonna cut off about 5 of those to make it a little more, doable for us.
Yeah, here's the thing. You can do this Camino any way you want. Then it's not cheating if you take a bus here or take a bus there. Sometimes you just can't find accommodations.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just can't find accommodations, and so you have to pivot a little bit. Sometimes you have to go backwards too. So. Just absolute luck. I happened to stop the right bus, and I mean, this is a long way out of the city, which would have been a terribly long schlep, probably close to the busy road. So, and I just happened to ask the right bus, who happened to be waiting there for the timing, I guess. So that's the Camino giving to you. Sometimes you got good luck, sometimes you got bad luck, but today, hopefully, we'll keep up the good luck. We're in Navarrete. Well, our friend at the bus, and the bus was nice.
Bus stop's basically right up.
So we get off at the first bus stop, and you go up and over the church, and you pick up the trail.
It was like magic. Let's get a coffee right here at the cathedral.
This is the first domesticated cat we've seen. And of course they get a black who is noisy too. Man. Oh. Uh-oh. As long as he don't.
He belongs to somebody.
Yeah, hopefully. Okay, this is the beginning of day 9. We did take a bus from Lagrono. Total luck. I just happened to stop a green bus. It said, are you going to Navarrete? And he says, yes, I can stop. So that was fortuitous. It did look like half of the walk would have been through the city, which would have been not all that great. Like, who wants to walk in the city? Here it kind of blows a little bit because we got the road right next to us, but we are off the road. So Melissa had a bit of a moment that she's going to share.
Oh, can't say it was a moment. I think we started looking at all the stuff that we brought. We're having our luggage transport every day, and we brought way more stuff than we need. I think I was thinking in my mind that the Camino was part of our trip, and then after we finish the Camino, we're going on to probably Portugal, possibly the Azores Islands. So I brought, stuff for that. The Camino is its own thing, And we met a nice Australian couple, and she just gave me permission to say, put all that stuff you're not using, put it in a bag and send it down to Santiago. And so that's what we did. We packed a bag and unloaded a bunch of stuff, and that felt pretty good.
What was the cost of that?
50 euros.
50 euros to send one bag to Santiago.
There's different companies that do it differently. This just happened to be our bag transport. They picked it up from us, they'll bring it back to us. But they also have where you have to go to the post office, and then you pay the post for it, and then you pay somebody to store it until you finish your... So there's different ways to do it.
Well, in that example that Melissa, they I guess, do they hold the bag and keep it secure for you, so it's not...
Yes. So if you're going to do other things than the Camino while you're over here, that's the way to do it. Because
so instead of taking your...
It's expensive, one thing, going every day, and then you feel it. You also start to feel the burden of, I have all this stuff that I don't need. I'm wearing the same thing basically every other day, and it's just a lot. And so I started to feel kind of burdened by all that. And then that makes you start thinking about, what emotional things are you burdened with that you're carrying around that you don't need. Some cows over there are making a lot of noise.
Well, and I would say, so as far as the bags go, it ain't the most secure thing. So I would not have anything that's of value sitting in the pockets, easily accessible. Holy smoke. I want you guys to listen to this. Oh, look at the stench. Even he can't stand it. I know. Holy smoke. Boy. Oof, oof. That is ay. Well, I can't say that I see them as being female. That's a good boy. Ooh, had to take that little sidebar.
We're so loud.
¿Por qué las vacas están muy ruido? No escucho. Yeah, so as far as the bags go, I would not put things of value in them. I'm actually schlepping my computer, certainly your passport and all that sort of thing. Keep it with you, because they just drop it off like in the foyer of a hotel, and there's like 20 bags there, and it is clearly a setup where you put things that if it were to disappear, you wouldn't be devastated. So no valuables, no computers, no cameras. Carry that ideally with you. I did actually carry insurance for this trip, but the problem with that is, boy, if somebody gets hold of my computer, it's got all my passwords, it's got preloaded passwords to all of the primary websites. So I can't take that chance. Somebody actually did, just before we left, hack into my email, and that's really discomforting. So protect your identity, if you will. So the things that you pack that are transported from place to place, make sure it's stuff that you're not going to be devastated should it be missing. And you know, because I would say this, it would be extremely easy for somebody just to grab a small bag and take it into their room and empty the contents and put the bag inside of their bag, and nobody would be the better, and nobody would know. And the transport company is going to say, well, we delivered it, we didn't take the contents out, and here's a photograph, so who knows. So but at any rate, I think
that said,
I think it's seldom.
We've used Camino Facile, and it's been executed flawlessly so far.
Yeah.
So.
And when they say 8 o'clock, they mean 8 o'clock. I forgot a couple items. We went back downstairs to the foyer to the receptionist and to put a couple other items about 8:10 or 8:05, and our bags are already gone. So which means that you could, instead of having to wake up early in the morning, you could just put your bags in the evening down to the receptionist and have them ready.
That means you truly have to have everything in that bag, and often we have a few things straggling behind that I set the alarm for 7:45. Grab those things, put them in the bag, lock the bag, take it down.
Yeah,
to
so
reception.
Melissa's, which is our main bag, she actually has a lock on it, which I think is a really good idea.
And that it gets you up and gets you going for the day. So it's not,
Yeah.
you know. I mean,
Well,
otherwise
but
you could just lay around till 10 o'clock, and then, you know, and then you're not getting started until.
Yeah, in Lagrono we did take, but we're finding that every 4 days, it's not a bad thing to stop and take a day off. It's almost, I mean, it's a lot, and you really have to pace yourself so that you finish
And when you
it.
take that day off, make sure you have a bathtub, because that's a real treat.
Yeah, try to
We
book
had a jetted tub
try to
the last 2 days.
book a place with a hotel. I mean, with a bathtub in it. Better if it's even jetted. All right, so here's the countryside. Oh, there's our little pueblo. Darn, we were way up there at the top. Well, no, you can see the church. That's where we were. Lots of vineyards, by the way.
Yes, this is the Rioja region.
Yeah, a different province.
And you'll even see in the U.S. many Spanish wines are from the Rioja region.
Huh.
So here's your Rioja wines.
Really good and practical.
Well, I think now 9 days walking with 2 rest days, I feel like we've kind of figured out what our speed is, like what our sweet spot is, and I would say it's about 12 miles. And so many of the stages are longer than that, and you have to kind of be willing to kind of figure that out. Sometimes you can't find accommodations, and so I had scheduled things a few where we had like 17 miles to do, and it's just, we're not going to do that. It's too much.
Yeah, remember, average pace is about, people generally walk 3 miles an hour. So
yeah, I'm not going to hobble myself. I want to, you know,
well,
I want to make it to the end, basically. So we're gonna do this the way we need to do it. And we met a Australian couple. The man had already done it before, and they're at about 10 miles a day is about what they do. And you know, and she said just be okay with what your thing is.
Yeah, because it's not a race. You know, if you're too pumped out, then it's sort of I mean, I get the suffering concept of the early pilgrims, but let's face it, we're not doing that for that purpose.
Enough suffering in life.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you, if you're walking 12 miles, 12, 14, 50 miles, you're going to be suffering, depending, of course, on your age and your physical.
Even 12, 13. I mean, we're tired at the end of the day. And your feet start to hurt and your knees hurt, and you know, you're up and down, and you do have a backpack on.
Yeah, see.
And you're doing it continuously, every day, one after another. So those of you that are out there that, you know, do your running and, you know, walk, I walk 10 miles a day, you know, great.
Yeah, this is different.
It's just different.
It's different.
And everybody's different.
Well,
everybody's speed and timing, and some people can do 17 and not think a thing of it.
Well, and some of the trails are like 20, 30, 40 degree inclined paths. So that's rough. I mean, that's your heart is beating by the time you get up to the top of that hill, and it's up and then it's down, it's up and then it's down. So thus far today it's been relatively flat, but we also just started. So
I think we got a bit of a hill there.
yeah, do remember, I mean, we are in the hilly part, the mountain area, the foothills of northern Spain. So it ain't flat in this part, that's for sure. Take a look. I'm gonna go all through it with a sign that says to Santiago. I'll probably I might trust that. I think I wouldn't mind flying.
Is there a place to sit here maybe if that little cross?
Yeah, I mean, why not? It's an example of a real sweet little village. I started doing my little watercolor,
Ventosa.
and the woman came out and she asked me if I would draw on her book, and she offered me a free coffee. So she gave us 2 free coffees.
Little cafe called
Yeah.
El Buen Camino
El Buen Camino.
in Ventosa, right before
Yeah,
Lajera.
much more.
So
Well,
sweet.
I guess yeah, real sweet.
Nice couple we met
Yeah.
from New York, but she was Portuguese and he was Greek.
Yeah,
Gave us some pointers. We may see them down the road.
yeah. So that's an example. Like every little town's a little bit different. I'd say that in Lagrono they kind of kicked me around a little bit when I was doing the drawing. Here they kind of, oh, admire. Oh, you're making a drawing of our town. Here.
Well,
Would you make
I
me
think
one?
in the city they have certain rules about how much space you're taking up outside
Yeah,
of
that's true.
their cafes.
Look
and
at this. It's very.
They didn't want him moving the table.
Isn't that nice? Look at that. That's what you call. Boy. Man. Well, bigger cities definitely have a little bit more pressure. I mean, that's. Oh boy. Oh, here's my church.
Here with those barrels, it's really cute.
Alvia. Yeah, this is like a roll. I mean, different
Wow.
places have different energy.
Look at that tree. That is awesome.
Oh, Rioja. I wonder if they got some wine for us here.
Wow, that's really cool.
Crap. Boy, see, this is what I mean. See, I want to live in agricultural. I want to live in an agricultural community. They're just closed today.
That's deep.
Boy, look at this tree, Melissa. Look at. Oh. Boy, that's an old tree. I wonder if it's an olive. Boy. I'm about 2 hours from Lajera. Maybe 2 hours outside of Lagrono. We are going through some really lovely wine country, hilly. I mean, way up there you got snow in the mountains. You got grapes everywhere. And it feels richer here, for sure. I mean, this is just one huge valley. On the road to Lajera. About an hour and 20 minutes out.
make a